Greetings from Las Vegas here at FTE Global 2022. I'm delighted to be joined by Brian Cobb, Chief Innovation Officer at CVG Airports Authority. Brian, thank you very much for joining us.
No, thank you, Ross. Great to be with you.
And I understand that at CVG, you're using your campus as a massive living laboratory to test new proof of concepts. Can you share some of the current projects taking place at the lab right now?
Certainly, and again, thanks for the opportunity for allowing us to share. To your point, we are using our 7,700-acre campus as a massive laboratory. What that allows is it's not just passenger focused. I think what I shared with many of the folks here today at FTE is, should we not start looking at the employee experience first? And what is it that we could be doing to improve their work environment? Because a happy employee makes for probably a happy guest experience. So to your question, we've been using wearable technology for quite some time. However, we've just recently trialed and integrated machine learning, camera vision, into wearable tech. So perfect example, how do we manage the capacity on our curb front? We're using our cameras, watching vehicles. If they stay too long, we're sending a message to our frontline staff with an actual picture of the vehicle, so we can approach the vehicle in a nice, calm, pleasant manner that just briefly goes through and says, perhaps you've overextended your welcome on our curb front. Thanks for being here, but we do need you to move along. It totally eliminates the guesswork and perception about, well, what's my version of 2 minutes versus your version of 2 minutes?
Absolutely, and CVG is very much focused on staying ahead of the curve and predicting forces that will change our industry in the future. How do you inform your views on the next big industry trends?
Sure, as far as the industry trend perspective, I would say there's a two-part response. The first response is, it's not necessarily looking at our own industry. There are so many other parallel industries that function or have form in a similar manner. We process people. Hospitals process people. Sports arenas process people. Casinos process people. So from that perspective, what other industries can we kind of ally ourselves with, look at their industry trends, and figure out, well, could we benefit from bringing that into our world? And then from that perspective, it's really kind of taking that perhaps novel approach and sharing it with our colleagues at events like Future Travel Experience.
Fantastic. And can you tell us a bit more about CVG's Innovation Partner Program and some of the companies you're working with as part of that?
Absolutely. We are incredibly proud of the Innovation Partner Program. It's something that's been on the roadmap for quite some time. Essentially, where it originated is we're bringing in customers, clients, ultimately startups, and we're not necessarily posing a problem statement. It's just simply, what is your product? And could it have a play in the aviation space? And if it can, would you be willing to modify the product if we see mutual benefit? And if you are, would you be interested in us perhaps helping you take it to market and pushing the agenda, not selfishly for CVG, but certainly throughout aviation? And if it can work in aviation, what other industries can it work for? So with that model in mind, there's a revenue aspect to it, which very much, if we're going to put our name behind it and our brand positioning behind it, then absolutely we'll work together to really try to push the agenda.
Okay, and we're delighted that here at FTE Global you delivered an exclusive presentation which focused on what is the future of flight and how is it powered and how is it paid for. And can you share with us now some of the key points you raised during that presentation?
Sure, it's looking into that proverbial crystal ball and really kind of having an expectation that we completely feel that passenger drones and cargo drones will be coming far faster than what most people kind of feel. I was just asked the question, how soon do you think? Is it 5 years? Is it 10 years? I think 5 years is very reasonable. I think we could actually see some of these craft in operation as early as next year being certified and in operation around the 2024-25 timeframe. So again, a couple of years from now, we could potentially see these craft. But what does that imply to airports? So what energy needs are we going to have to support them with as far as electric charging? Or if they're using hydrogen, could we actually become mini micro hydrogen plant manufacturers, if you will, produce new streams of revenue, and really support pushing the industry forward and advancing as fast as we possibly can.
Fantastic. And how has your overall experience been here at FTE Global this year?
As I've shared with Daniel and Ryan multiple times, and certainly with you, Ross, that we're just incredibly fortunate to be part of the future travel experience environment. We're very proud supporters of the Startup Network, but from that perspective, I've been coming for over a decade. And it's just incredibly refreshing to be not only in a learning environment, but a relaxed environment where we're able to engage in very healthy, forward-looking conversations and really trying to push the boundaries other than, here's the problem of the day, here's what we're looking at. Really kind of that mundane conference approach. FTE is not that. So super proud of what you all are doing.
Oh, excellent, thank you very much. And it's great that you have the booth here in the exhibition. How pleased have you been with the number and the quality of visitors you've had here?
Absolutely overwhelmed. This is actually our first showing. So FTE is our first event that we've actually brought our partner program along with us. We have 3 here with us today. One is our licensed software product built by an airport for airports, and that's called EASE. The other one is our partners Donovan Energy. So we've built an LED light fixture that also has RGB capabilities to it. So that actually doubles as a wayfinding capability. And then the third element is our autonomous concessionaire delivery bot, Autonomy. So super proud of those folks that they're able to navigate indoors without the aid of an employee. We all know labor shortages is very much a challenge. We kind of predicted and saw that well ahead of COVID. And we're just super proud of Autonomy and being able to deliver a product that actually works flawlessly.
Excellent. And based on your experience here this year, is this an event that you would return to again?
Of course. As I shared with you, I've been coming for over a decade, and I've only been on the airport side for 12 years now. So it just never ceases to amaze me how much bigger and better the event becomes. And really that's the beauty of bringing airports, airlines, and vendors together, along with actually regulators. So in an environment like that, you can really never go wrong.
Fantastic, and thank you very much for your time and for sharing those insights with our viewers.
Thank you so much, Ross, and thanks to you and the FTE team.